It's morphin' time. Ah, bitch. Night 2 of the debates. Night 2 of the debates. I'm going to wait for everybody to come in and join so we can discuss this. Tonight was a lot. It was a lot. We had freaking, hey, the doggy is here. Yes, Johnny Thorne is here. Hey, Johnny. Leon. Oh, hey, Leon. Tim. Everybody's here. Bitch. Chicago. Yes, I'm in Chicago. Angie's here. Hey, Maisha. How you doing, my love? RL, Florida's in the building. Hey, Lindsay. What's going on, bitch? Constance. How you doing, my love? Jeff. Oh, my God. Sinedra, what's going on? Callie in the building. Kim's here. So I'm going to wait for everybody. Y'all logging in fast tonight, bitch. Tonight was a lot. Tonight was a lot. It was a lot. We had Kamala, Bernie, Joe Biden, Buttigieg, Gillibrand, Williamson, Andrew Yang, Swalwell, Bennett. Who else did we forget? Oh, there was somebody else. Who did I forget? I'm forgetting somebody. It'll come to me. Anyway, they must ain't do that well. But anyway, tonight was a lot, bitch. I will say this. I had a great time watching the Kamala Harris show, bitch. This was the Kamala Harris show, bitch. You're not going to convince me otherwise, bitch. Kamala was ready, bitch. Kamala was ready. She came ready for war. That bitch had the machete, the Uzi, the shotgun, the AK-47, the BB gun, the poison. She was ready boots. She didn't have a climate change plan, but she was ready. Okay? Oh, Hickenlooper. I forgot his name. That tell you all we need to know right there. Now, honestly, first off, I want to say the bitch Gillibrand, New York City, New York State. I don't know what the fuck is going on with y'all politicians between her and de Blasio, who de Blasio actually had points. I'll give him that. His shit actually stuck with me. I don't know what y'all got going on in New York, but y'all need to take y'all politicians and go the fuck back up 95, bitch. Because I'm not here for none of y'all candidates at all. Now, I know New York is a little bit more aggressive. They're a little bit more, I love New York. But y'all candidates, bitch, they do not translate well on the national stage. Now, look at your history. Giuliani, bitch, he from New York, bitch. The president, Donald Trump, New York, bitch. Y'all don't have a history of harmony when it comes to this fucking country. Y'all need to stay in New York, because y'all candidates is fucking crazy. But anyway, I want to start off because it's so many things, and I know sometimes I may miss something because it's so much that has happened. I'm going to try to tune in a little bit more to y'all. I'm going to say this. Bernie Sanders, and I'm not I'm not feeling the burn. I'm not a Bernie guy. I did vote for Bernie in the primary last presidential election. I did vote for him in the primary. But I will say this, the more I watch Bernie Sanders and the more I actually listen to him, not listen to what sounds nice and what makes me feel good because I think this is how it should be. But when I listen to actual policy, when I listen to the meat and potatoes, the gruff, le coup de grace of what his platform is, he can never explain how the fuck we're going to make these things happen. And for me, I know, we're going to have some Bernie folks that's going to tune in and they're going to say, DDM, man, you're hating the Bernie hate. It's not hate, niece, first off. It's not hate. I don't even know that fucking man in real life, okay? At the end of the day, I'm sorry. He's on the stage with folks, especially these women, who have policy plans that they are able to explain in layman's terms. Okay? I have a problem. The first question of the night, when they asked about health care and they pointed to Bernie, he danced around that question. It was not until he was pinned into a corner and the commentator said, basically, look, bitch, I asked you one thing and I still ain't got an answer to it yet. And then he said it off the cuff real fast. That's a problem for me. Okay? That is a problem for me. All night, because he was on that stage tonight with people who are very sharp. He's the new Ross Perot, in my opinion. Bernie Sanders is the new Ross Perot. And I may lose people. I quite frankly don't give a fuck. Okay? You got to be able to... This is not 96 where people just go for shit that sound nice. We got a president in office that made shit sound nice to a subset of people. Nobody's going for that shit in 2019. Motherfuckers want to hear policies. Okay? That's the bottom line. If you choose to feel like we're hating or, he's been cheated or whatever, that's fine, sis. You stay in your corner of delusion by your motherfucking self. But I'm here to say that he can never explain what the fuck he be talking about. And that's fucking facts. If you don't like it, fine, bitch. Nobody cares. Okay? He's the new fucking Ross Perot. It's saying, you're yelling, you're doing all this shit, I ain't got time. Now, what I will say is this. Even though, knowing how America is, even though Hillary did win the popular vote, so from a popular standpoint, a woman can be president. That's just the numbers. These women actually have plans. And when I say these women, I'm not saying all of them, because Gillibrand, bitch, you killed yourself in the first 10 minutes of the debate, bitch. The first 10 minutes, I was done. I didn't really want to hear anything else you had to say. She was overly aggressive, in some cases rude, okay? And, bitch, where are we going with this? Like, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck your plan is. You so busy yelling, trying to get camera time, sis. I don't really know what the fuck you stand for. She killed, for me personally, guys, Gillibrand killed herself the first 10 minutes of the fucking debate. That's it. Okay? Williamson. I think Marianne Williamson, she knows that she's not going to win, but I'm going to tell you something. I loved having her on that stage. You know why I loved having her on that stage? Because even though the bitch is kooky, okay, and she be going off on her tangents, she is the conscious of what I feel like a lot of American people think and how they're feeling. A lot of what she was saying, somebody, I think it was Lamont Wayne, one of my Facebook friends, one of the cabinet members, he said it's like she's an audience member that they plucked up to be in a debate. And that's what it did feel like. And I appreciate it, even though the bitch is not going to win. She ain't got a shot in hell. I'm going on record. I'm willing to bet next month's rent, bitch. She's not going to win. She might not even make it to the upper stage debates, bitch. But I really liked having her on that stage because it was refreshing. I loved having her there. Like I said, I don't think she's a presidential candidate. I don't think she's president. I just don't see it. That's just my personal opinion. Like I said, she's an artist. She's an author. This bitch is a spiritual guru. She's a little kooky. But what she was saying, bitch, hit a nerve. And they really couldn't counter what she was saying. Okay? They couldn't really counter her. And if you notice, none of them really wanted to spar with her. Nobody really, like, what she was saying. No, they that's how you know who was seasoned politicians on the stage, because they were smart enough to say, this bitch is hitting the nerve, we're going to just ignore this bitch and wait till my 45 seconds come back up again, because they know they're not ready to go down that rabbit hole with her. So I enjoyed having her on stage. I think that Joe Biden is comfortable. If I'm being honest, I know that Joe will go far. He has the money, he has the backing, he has the overall national support. He's going to be an issue. But I don't feel like, and I'm asking myself, should I even care? Because we just need to get Trump out. But I also feel like, is that the direction we really want to go? But at the same time, it's like, we need to stop the bleeding. But I didn't feel like, when I look at, even for some of the people who made not an ounce of sense on the stage, I felt a fire coming from them. I felt a hunger, an eagerness. They wanted to show and prove. And I just didn't, he was unbothered. I like that about Joe. He was unbothered. But it was almost like, bitch, is you bothered? Like I just was, I don't know. You're absolutely right, MJ. MJ Jones said that Joe Biden did just enough to not fuck it up. And that's perfect. We're going to end it on that. Pete Buttigieg was a fucking snore. And I'm disappointed. Like, bitch, you was the queen. You were representing me, bitch. To a certain degree. And I just felt like Pete had great points, but he's a snooze fest. Like, a snooze. Nobody cut him off. He got to express his points. Pete Buttigieg can't say that he didn't get enough camera time, but when you was on camera, sis, like, you don't leave an impression to me. Like, and I'm going to say this as a gay person, like, I feel like, honestly, if I'm being 100, and, you know, the queens can come from me, if Pete Buttigieg wasn't gay and a veteran from Iraq, would we care this much? Because if I'm being honest, he doesn't bring really anything different to the table, in my opinion, than some of the candidates that are already in contingency. It's not like his policy plans and what he's thinking is so far from other options that we have on the table. Yeah, I just, you know, Andrew Yang, I forgot you. Like, sis, why are you running? Outside of you wanting to give everybody $1,000 a month, Andrew Yang is like the stoner of this debate. Like, bitch, it was like, he's like the guy who's cool, who has the nice car, he's chill. We love Andrew. But Andrew, what the fuck is you on the stage for, niece? Like, what are you on the stage for? Okay? I know you want to give me $1,000, and I'm all about $1,000. Give me a stat every month, bitch. I'm here for it. But outside of that, you didn't really chime in. Part of me, and I want to be, I don't want to come off a certain way or prejudice, but I feel like also too, there are cultural differences. You know what I'm saying? He is an Asian candidate that can't be ignored. You know, culturally, there are differences for how, you know, white Americans, black Americans, Hispanic Americans communicate versus Asian Americans and things of that nature. So that could be a part of it, but it was like, sir, like, I thought you left. Like, I honestly thought Andrew Yang had left. Like, I forgot he was there. Eric Swalwell The age shit was cute in the beginning, like when he came for Joe in the beginning. I feel like that was his trump card. No pun intended. That was his trump card. I think that was his biggest play the whole night. His whole thing was, I get that you want change and you want to be, you should pass the torch and all of that. But first, you need to pass a goddamn Macy's, bitch. Okay? Because at the end of the day, that suit is giving Adam from Dynasty. That hair is a goddamn tragedy, bitch. You need a facial. Whoever did your makeup, you was too goddamn orange. You was slightly a little bit too tan. It was like they should have took a little bit of foundation off of you and plucked that shit on Kirsten Gillibrand. It was like it just wasn't together. I mean, so you can't. My thing, and the only reason I'm coming for his appearance is because if you're gonna be the guy that's saying we need young, fresh energy and young, new people, and you're going to be coming for people's ages, then, bitch, you need to look pristine. You need to look young, fresh, and new, bitch. And right now, you was giving me Hallmark Channel rerun. 2 a.m. It's giving Nick at Night. Wings, bitch. Cheers. Where everybody knows your motherfucking name. That's what it was giving. It was not giving 2020 coming to a theater near you. It was giving, bitch, 1-800 box set. Okay? That's the bottom fucking line. Okay? Bottom line. Now, we're going to get to the star of the show. Hardworking, the star of the show. Bitch. Number one, the AKAs, y'all should be proud, bitch. Howard University, y'all should be proud, bitch. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I wasn't a big Kamala champion. And there's still a lot of race to be ran. But this was a debate where you needed to make an impression and set yourself aside from the pack of these 20 fucking candidates that are running. And Kamala, baby, you did that. You did your fucking job, bitch. But you a black woman. You know you was going to have to bring it, bitch. You knew your ass was on the chopping block, bitch. And when I tell you, you was together, you ain't got a climate change plan. But we can work on that. We can work on that. We can work on a climate change plan. Everything else, you was ready for these bitches. Number one, when you said the food fight shit, bitch, like, what she say, the American people don't want to see a food fight. They want to know how you going to put food on their table. Bars, bitch. Where is the thug life me? Okay? I'm just saying. Bitch, she bring it to you every ball. Okay? And that bitch must have visited the mat counter. She must have got a pre-beat. That was that NC-17, bitch. Okay? Because at the end of the day, the hair was together, bitch. That was that silk press, bitch. That's that Mizani. That's that no lie, blow dry for your motherfucking eyes, bitch. It was together, okay? The suit was together. The beat was together. She was giving you a facial moment in her facials. And all these motherfuckers is acting on the stage. All of them, you know how it works. But that bitch was selling it to me. She was selling it to me. The art of the sell, bitch. She was selling it to me, okay? She sold it to me. The only moment where I was like, bitch, reel it in just a little bit, bitch. You going in a little bit too much. Was the issue with her and Joe Biden. I know what she was trying to do. Now, here's the thing. And someone pointed this out on my Facebook feed, and I had to like it. I had to agree with them. State laws and federal laws, how they're interpreted by the state. Yes, your state has to interpret it. But I get where she was going with it. And she also understands, and I'm saying this in relation to the Biden busing issue when she had the whole, I'm personally hurt moment, and that girl was me. It was very dramatic. It was, like I said, she was definitely, you was laying it on. You was laying it on. Kamala, you was laying it on. But I ain't mad at you, though, sis. I'm not mad at you. But you was laying it on. The problem I have with even though, in my personal opinion, looking at both sides of the coin and the law as it's interpreted, I feel both sides of the coin. I feel where Biden was coming from, where it's up to your state legislator. I get that your local government, I get that. And I get where she was coming from. What she did, and Essence Magazine did an article on this. It's online somewhere, just Google it, where they talked about Martin Luther King Jr. saying that it wasn't the racist KKK that was the biggest threat against Black America. It was those white Americans who are okay and complicit in injustices to people of color to maintain a certain level of balance. Or something, I'm paraphrasing. And what she did, in doing that, even though they kind of both had points, is she showed how that's kind of true. Because Joe did not respond to that in a way where it was like, Kamala, this is the law, this is what it is. She even prefaced it with, I know you're not a racist, which I don't believe he is, but he isn't racist either. But how he responded as a black person and as a black person in America told me a lot about him and what he's willing to deal. Joe Biden, to me, in that moment, and we're going to dissect this moment as I received it, because we are all different. We may have received this differently. Okay? In that moment, Joe Biden is the person who, he has no problem with black people. I don't feel like Joe Biden is a racist. Joe Biden, as we all know, the love affair with him and Obama and how that's been portrayed in the press. But what happened in this moment to me was, and I could be thinking a little bit too deeply, but this is my personal opinion. He's the guy that he'll party with you. He'll invite you over to the house. Y'all will have a great time. But if shit get too thick and too real, he gonna say adios. He gonna get in his car and he gonna leave you there. That's what I felt. How you feel may be differently. But that's how I felt. If shit get too real, Joe gonna take his ball, he gonna go in the house. Okay? That's what I took from it. So even though Kamala technically wasn't all the way right, and I think she knows that she fudged that. Like, let's be clear here. Kamala Harris is a prosecutor. She knows the fucking law. She knows how it works. She's not a fucking idiot. But she knows how things are perceived. That she's a lawyer, okay? She is a lawyer. Her job is to interpret the law and skew it in a way that is believable to the jury. Tonight, the American public was the jury. It's not about if what she said was technically sound and absolutely 100% correct. It's about what can you make the public feel and what can you make the public believe. And as a lawyer, that bitch did her job tonight with that case. Okay? Bottom line and flat out. That's all I'm saying. Now, what we're going to now get into is this. After seeing tonight's debate and seeing last night's debate, here's who I feel like we should continue with contingency. Some of these folks I feel like have great careers in government because this is a race for president. The president isn't the end-all be-all of how we change this country and move it forward. I feel like some of these people need to be working in the cabinet. They need to be in the White House, but they may not be the person that need to sit in the chair, the big chair. You understand what I'm saying? So, looking at tonight, here are my personal personal picks for who should be moving forward to run for president. From debate night 1, absolutely Elizabeth Warren. Flat out. Flat out. Okay? I think that she displayed a plan. She displayed passion. And she is one of the few people that actually knows how to deal with Donald Trump in the political theater. She is tested for that shit. She should be in the conversation. That's flat out. You don't have to agree, but I think she needs to be in the conversation. From last night, who else did we have last night? I like Jay Inslee. I'm interested to see more. I think that not look-wise, but he has an aesthetic and a look that's like Donald Trump's. So it would be interesting to see how that plays and how that skews with voters. But I think Elizabeth is a perfect match against him in a political theater realm. From last night's Beto, I think he's definitely dead. I don't even think Beto needs to be working in Washington. Beto, to me, is a local politician. Who else from last night, guys? Who else was in the... This is a problem that I only remember Elizabeth Warren from last night that stands out to me. Castro. Julian Castro. Thanks, AK. Julian Castro. He's in the conversation. You can't ignore Julian Castro. I think he can skew a little bit more serious sometimes, but that's okay. We need that kind of right now. But if I'm going to take 2 from that debate, honestly, guys, 2 or 3, it's 2 and impossible. Castro, Warren, and for me, Jay Inslee. Now, you know, partially I'm partial because I think he's daddy, but, you know, whatever. That's my own shit. Now, from tonight was clearly... They said randomly selected, bitch. This shit wasn't randomly selected. Ain't no goddamn way in hell tonight was randomly selected, bitch. So we're going to take Elizabeth Warren, Julian Castro, possibly Inslee for presidential candidates. I still am a big advocate of Amy Klobuchar as Secretary of State or somewhere in the cabinet. From tonight, absolutely Kamala. I know that people keep counting her out. They're saying she shouldn't be in it. But tonight she proved that she can stand toe-to-toe with these guys. And she had some real fucking plans. Shout out to the women. The women be having fucking plans, yo. I try not to, you know, I'm the person that I'm not going to go along just to get along. I'm not going to vote for you just because you're black. I'm not going to vote for you just because you're gay. And I'm not going to vote for you just because you're a woman. But the fact of the matter is, these women have plans, yo. They have plans. And they are able to articulate these plans in a way that you can understand. It feels genuine. Because everybody lying. But it feels genuine. And I can see how it's going to work. Tonight, of course, Kamala, hands down, she deserves a shot. And anybody saying that she is not deserving of a shot... it's wrong to me. She deserves at least a chance. She deserves to go further. She proved that tonight. Of course, Joe Biden, that's a lock. Bernie Sanders, that's a lock. You can't ignore them. That's kind of like that's automatically in the conversation. I think that Andrew Yang would be a nice fit in some kind of economic position or financial position in the White House. He's not a presidential candidate. He's just not. The way he conducted himself tonight, could you really see him standing up to Vladimir Putin? Like, really, bitch? Marianne Williamson, she knows she don't got a shot in hell. Eric Swalwell, I feel like he's in the same bag as Gabbard. He's just running to raise his profile. Killing Newport, killing whoever, the former governor of Colorado. I don't even know why the fuck he showed up. It's a chop. Bennett, you had your one moment on the floor, Senate floor, whatever. It was a moment. You came for Ted Cruz, but, sir, it's a chop. Gillibrand, your mouth chopped you for me. It's a chop. It's a chop, Gillibrand. Yeah. To me, tonight, the people, if I'm going to pick the candidates based on who's there, and Buttigieg, you're a snore for me, but I'm going to give you one more chance. You got to kick it in the gear these next couple of months. If you cannot kick it in the gear, present some real policies, present, at least some kind of gusto outside of being the celebrity candidate, it's a chop for you too, sis. And I hate to say it, but it's a chop. Right now, my strong locks, Castro, Warren, Kamala, Biden, Sanders, possibly Buttigieg, and that's it. As far as realistic chances and candidates. But Kamala Harris, you proved that black women not only are a voting force in this country, but black women deserve, and we need to have more black women in positions in government. Because she did her job. Whether you like her or not, whether you feel some way about if she's black enough or if she acts black enough or if she has whatever. The lady was a prosecutor. That's her fucking job. Okay? That's a tough job. But if we're basing it on the interview, because tonight was an interview. It was a group interview, bitch, to determine who moves on to the single in the office interview, bitch. She deserves to be here. And that's facts. I haven't made my mind up of who I'm going to support out of all of these folks, but that is who I feel like should be here. I think these last 2 nights were great. It was great to watch these debates with y'all, get the feedback. But tonight was the Kamala Harris show. Hands down. I guarantee I haven't watched CNN or MSNBC or Fox News, but you're going to, I can, if any commentator, all of these, it's the Kamala Harris show. She did her job. And that's all you can really ask a person to do. Bottom line. But all in all, it was a good night. Had a lot of spirited conversation. But overall, you guys have a good evening. It's Friday tomorrow. Catch me if you're in the area. I'll be at the Reginald F. Lewis Museum for the Dark City film screening with TT the Artist. I'll be doing a quick pop-up performance. But all in all, you guys have a good night, a good evening, and I'll see you soon.